Attention viewers, Nerd Den needs you to subscribe to his channel to help him reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. You will obey or you will be exterminated.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I am going to be discussing the identity of this deadly evil that was teased in the Series 13 synopsis. Because, yeah, we're finally getting some official details regarding Series 13, the story arc, and everything like that. So, yeah, I've kind of made a list of like 5 villains that I think it's plausible to be incorporated into the Timeless Child story arc that is being, told in this, very unique, format for this new series. And yeah, with that being said, let's have a look at who I think could very well be the main villain for Series 13. Okay, so the first one I'm going to be naming, I've got my little list here, I'm going to be saying Omega could be the main villain. And Omega is a villain from the classic series that was one of the founding fathers of Gallifrey, so yeah, it is very possible, who was kind of banished to a antimatter universe, and this accident kind of allowed Raslan and the other Time Lords to discover time travel. And he has returned several times since. He absolutely despises the Time Lords now. And yeah, his body can't exist properly in our universe. So perhaps we could see a younger version of Omega, like the one before the accident, and we see the accident happen on screen. And I say accident, there's a lot of theories that Raslan actually sabotaged this experiment in order to gain power on Gallifrey and become the High President. And kind of take credit for everything that happened with Time Lord Society. And Omega could kind of come back, and yeah, would have like a menacing villain again. Like, again, it could be a past version of Omega where he's kind of like innocent. We get introduced like to a past version later on. We see the accident, and then the up-to-date Omega comes back some big way, and yeah, he could return and cause havoc for the Doctor. And let's not forget as well, Omega, as I said, was listed as one of the founding fathers of Gallifrey. We did see a cameo of him in The Timeless Child, so, and again, he's not like a regular Time Lord. He physically can't exist in our universe. So, with this deadly evil, he would obviously, the walls between each world would have to be breaking down. And again, this fits with the multiverse theory that, yeah, we could actually see Omega like kind of break the walls between realities, and that's how this deadly evil becomes a threat in the new series. But anyway, speaking of the founding fathers of Gallifrey, let's talk about Raslan, because Raslan we previously saw at the finale for Series 9, Hellbent, where Raslan was exiled from Gallifrey by the 12th Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, and we've never seen him since. There was a little sequel comic that kind of showed Raslan teaming up with the Cybermen and coming back to take over Gallifrey, but then that was kind of like retconned, and Raslan is somewhere out there still. And I'm not even going to say that they're going to take the events of that comic into account, but Raslan is still out there. He was exiled from Gallifrey. It's pretty much assumed that he wasn't on Gallifrey when the Master destroyed it, and there are a lot of theories that Raslan actually planted that stuff in the Matrix for the Master to find, because he knew how the Master was going to react. So yeah, it is very possible that Raslan could be the main villain, and let's not forget he wants revenge on the Doctor. So maybe Raslan has found his way to get his revenge on the Doctor, and who knows what could happen. Raslan could be the reason why Jodie's Doctor regenerates. My third big villain that could show up for Series 13 is the Master and the Cyber Masters. And the Master obviously returned in Series 12, played by Sacha Dhawan. And yeah, he played the role brilliantly, and the Master has kind of had a looming presence over the Timeless Child storyline. He was the one that broke the news to the Doctor that, in fact, she is the Timeless Child that has kind of been prophesied, and that her entire life has basically been a lie. And the Master, with doing a deal with the Cyberium, he was able to create a hybrid race of the Cybermen and the Time Lords, and therefore creating the Cyber Masters. Now, I am going to say that we haven't seen the last of the Cyber Masters. We definitely haven't seen the last of the Master. And yeah, I do think they could return into our universe through, like, you know, maybe they got off Gallifrey. I think it's pretty much confirmed. Because if you did pay attention to just before Gallifrey was destroyed, you did hear the Master say, "Oh, you lot in here now." So yeah, it is kind of assumed that the Master and his creations did indeed survive. So how would they be the big villain? Perhaps it was heavily implied that the Cyber Masters existing. We were shown that they can self-regenerate and stuff like that. They're kind of invincible. So them being unleashed on present day Earth would be insane. You would basically have an army of invincible Cybermen. So maybe the Master and his creations could be the deadly evil that the Doctor is trying to stop in this series. Now, the fourth and second to last prediction of mine for the final villain is Davros, because we do know the Daleks are confirmed to be appearing somewhat in this series, or at least the specials. We don't even know. But say if the Daleks do appear in Series 13, what else can you do with the Daleks? So we've had a lone Dalek in Resolution, and then we had like human-made Daleks in Revolution of the Daleks, and we had like the Death Squad Daleks, and there was a whole fight for impurity. But imagine if that war continues. Say if there are other Jack Robinson created Daleks that we don't know about, that managed to escape from Earth or something like that when the pure Daleks start attacking. Imagine if they all come back and the war resumes. But obviously the pure Daleks need someone to lead them, or the human-made Daleks need a leader, because the alliance with Davros and the Daleks has always been uneasy. So it could go either way. Maybe the pure Daleks need strategy, and that's how Raslan. That's how Davros comes into effect, and Davros leads them to victory. Or he sees like a power vacuum with the human-made Daleks, and he helps them take over the Earth, or at least try to. So yeah, Davros being the deadly evil is pretty much, he does fit the bill. And whichever Daleks he sides with, it is going to be leading to death and devastation. So yeah, Davros coming back would kind of round up this upcoming Dalek trilogy. Like, we've had Resolution, Revolution of the Daleks, and whatever this new one is called, this new episode, having Davros would kind of raise the stakes a little bit more, because obviously Davros has a lot of personal history with the Doctor, and every scene that any Doctor shares with Davros is kind of, it's probably one of the highlights from a Doctor's era. So seeing Davros come back would be huge. Now, the final villain I want to say who could actually show up in this series as a big villain is actually the Doctor themselves, like the Timeless Doctors, because it is hinted that the Doctor did some bad, deadly work or whatever, some immoral work for the Division. The Division themselves has been hinted up to be like a CIA organization, and they could actually be the villains. But whilst that is, kind of expected, and they could be like, the secondary villains or something to whoever else is the big villain, the Doctor themselves, as during the Timeless incarnations, perhaps they were evil and did unspoken things, and were kind of just, there to wreak havoc in, from whatever the Division programmed them to do. And it's kind of like River Song with Madame Kavarian, where she went out and she was programmed to kill the Doctor. Maybe the Doctor was programmed by the Division during their Timeless incarnations to cause havoc at various points in her Earth's history, or something like that, or other planets' histories. And there we go. That's how we meet the Timeless Doctors. We get to meet various incarnations, including Joe Martin's, and we get to learn of what this mysterious job is that she's been doing. So yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. But yeah, that's how I think the Timeless Doctors could actually be made into a deadly evil, and it would kind of destroy the current Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. It would destroy her, emotions, knowing that she's done such bad things that she didn't even realise that she'd lived those lives up until the last series. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for more nerdy content, as we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and that would mean a lot to me if we reach that by the end of the year. But anyway, yeah, leave a like rating, and be sure to subscribe and leave a comment as well what you think of these theories about returning villains. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.